Hello YouTube, I'm back, and I'm about to do my number 6 for the Oscar list, but before I do that, I decided since it's Valentine's Day, let's get into the spirit a bit, and there is a movie that came out this weekend called 50 Shades of Grey, and I did not see that because why would I? Just why? But I know, since it is 50 Shades of Grey, there are some people that will go see this with their spouse, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatnot, whatever I want to say, partner. But besides that, so I decided to make a quick list called movies you should see this Valentine's Day that are not 50 Shades of Grey, and because of this, I'm going to go through some more current movies, the more current ones, like not ones that are like considered like the timeless ones that everyone know about. So here's just some quick list. First, let's say if you want to see it's a so bad it's hilarious movie like 50 Shades of Grey, instead of going out to see that, you can go for much cheaper. You could rent either the first or last Twilight films because, my God, the first one and last one are so unintentionally hilarious. They're just so terrible yet so funny and pretentious at the same time. They're great. The fifth one in particular, especially the last scene of the fifth one. If anyone's seen it, you know what I'm talking about. The battle scene and Michael Sheen in it. They're just so ridiculous. So if you want to see it's a so good it's bad movie this Valentine's Day, watch the first or last Twilight movie. Those Twilight movies, those are definitely the most unintentionally hilarious of the bunch. Now, let's move on to another, actually good romances. I'd say if you want to see a really good teenage romance film, I would highly recommend the film This Spectacular Now. This was an indie of 2013, which I actually thought was unbelievably fantastic. It was fantastic. I actually thought it was actually my favorite movie of 2013. The film it's a film about a kid who's basically like the life of most parties, played by Miles Teller, who's in Whiplash. If you've seen that, he's leading Whiplash. And it also stars Shailene Woodley. She was in The Descendants and the new Divergent movies. That's what she's most credited for. And the interesting thing about the film, I actually like this more than I like The Breakfast Club for a teenage coming-of-age film. I actually think it's better than The Breakfast Club, because the thing that's, like, really interesting about this film is these two characters, they never feel like they're cliches in any way. They do feel like actual real human beings the entire film through. The other thing that's really interesting about this film is there's really no plot to this movie for a good part of it. There's really no plot. Except for the last third. The last third there starts to develop a plot and actually leads to probably the most like heartbreaking scenes of the movie. And this movie actually made me gasp by something that happened in the last third. And I was shocked. I can't remember the last time the movie literally just caught me so off guard like that. And yeah, but the first two thirds of the movie, it's actually really interesting. There's basically no plot for these first two thirds. It's just these two just basically living their daily lives, and building a friendship and then relationship with each other. So I definitely say, definitely a fantastic romance if you want to see a legitimately good one. I'd say if you want to see a more off the beaten track romance film this Valentine's Day, I would recommend seeing Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, or For the Spotless Mind, one of the two, it's a fantastic film. It stars Jim Carrey. It's probably him at his all-time best. It stars him and Kate Winslet. And what the film's about, it's about Jim Carrey. He had a long relationship with Kate Winslet's character, and then the two broke up. But when he went to apologize to her, like the next day, she had absolutely no memory of him. And the reason is because she did something called the Eternal Sunshine program, which what it does, it makes that you can forget all your memories about a certain person. So, and this was actually really interesting because the thing about the romance about this movie, it's not current. Like, most of this movie takes place in Jim Carrey's head as he's going through the program because he decides he wants to forget Kate Winslet after she forgets him, and So most of it takes place in his head. Most of it takes place in his head the entire film, and and you just see because it's just really interesting, like how much you care about these two and their romance, even though you already know it's failed, and it's just him just like reliving all the memories. And the interesting about the movie, it starts going into the fact like at first it starts with all his terrible memories. He's glad he's doing it, but then he starts to realize as he goes into the better memories that even though some of the worst parts of his life were with this woman, some of the best parts of his life were with this woman. He doesn't want to forget those. So it's actually a very heartwarming, very beautiful romance. And concerning the fact that none of all the romance is not happening at the same time the film's going on. So definitely worth a watch. It has a pretty decent twist at the end. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be a twist near the end. Pretty good movie. And I'd say for a fourth film, fourth or fifth, to see this Valentine's Day. If you just are done with your partner this Valentine's Day, you don't want to talk, you just want to watch a movie and then just like not have to deal with each other afterwards, I'd suggest watching it. This is the most current movie is Gone Girl. I will not spoil anything about this plot, but let me just say this: if you watch this with your your partner or whatever, when you're done, it's probably just going to end with the two of you just staring at each other awkwardly, then just saying, yeah, let's not just face each other for the rest of the day. So if you don't want to deal with your significant other this Valentine's Day, go watch that with them, and that's an easy thing. I'm trying not to go into spoilers. I'll just say the performances are amazing. Both Ben Affleck's great. Rosamund Pike is unbelievably good in this. The plot, it got me. The twist, there's a twist, and I'm pretty sure it's a film when you know it's a murder mystery, so you know there's gonna be a big reveal in this film. And let me tell you, I somewhat caught the reveal for watching the trailer, but I did not expect it at all to the degree it turned out to be. Those two are great. All the side actors are great. The detective and the sister in particular, they're both wonderful in their roles. Tyler Perry, I hate Tyler Perry. He's an awful comedian, but he's fantastic in this movie. I was shocked. I'll also say, and I heard some people say this film is misogynistic, which I don't get in the slightest because they do not have good things to say about either sex in this film. Both Pike and Affleck do some pretty bad things. You're never supposed to really like either of these characters. So, but besides that, all I can say, those are some great movies you can watch instead of just going out to the theater and wasting more money to see 50 Shades of Grey. So just don't see 50 Shades of Grey, watch one of those movies, and I'll now go shoot my number 6.